Right, this is me answering question 6, which is what have you learnt about technologies from the process of constructing this product, being our thriller media product. Right, to start with, the camera. First we started off with a underwater camera, which was fully HD. I started off by learning about the focus pull. Well, we went to use focus pull, and basically it didn't actually have a focus pull feature, but I'll go into that in a minute. The white balance on it, we found in the settings it was automatic. I already knew that before from previous experience, how to set and go in settings and find that, but it just made it easier along the processes. Obviously we didn't have to set the white balance every time as it was automatic on the camera. First camera had a built-in microphone, so that also helped. The quality wasn't brilliant, but it was okay. Then, as we needed a focus pull feature, what we done is we basically went back to college, explained, and they gave us a new camera. The camera was slightly old. It actually had an external mic and it used a tape, which later on did cause problems. But this did have a focus pull feature, which was very easy to use. In that I did learn how to use the focus pull feature, as I hadn't used that one before. This camera is also HD, so both of them were HD. As I said, it isn't brilliant quality of HD, but it was okay. And the white balance was also automatic on that in the settings, so automatically done, which made it a lot easier. Moving on, the lighting equipment I've used before, mainly in photography. But basically at first we used halogen lights. We had 2 halogen lights, basically on stands with umbrellas. We had 2 of them, and then we put them in various sort of locations, places around our settings. That was on setting 2, we used the halogen lights to sort of just where we needed them basically. They were really easy to set up. Basically you just turn them on, plug it in, plug it in first obviously, turn them on, that's it. And then for our first setting, later on we used the LED lights, which they don't need stands, but we did use stands for them. They're literally not even as much setting up as halogen lights. You don't even need to plug them in. Brilliant. There's just a little button on there about that big. There's a little sort of toggle on the side, like a little rotating thing. It literally turns on, brightness goes up, so it goes up and goes down, and that's it really. Later on when we was basically finished with all of our footage, we did have some troubles putting from the tape camera, as it was an old one. As I said, it was on a tape. We thought it was gone to the computer, and we unfortunately lost it. It was a bit of a negative really. It was a bit of a downer, but we did sort of suppress past it. After we obviously found that we refilmed all of it that we needed to. Some of it, well, a lot of it was already done on. We was able to get off, but there were parts we wasn't. But as I said, we did suppress past it, so that was okay. There was some sort of slight moments where we thought we wasn't going to make one of the deadlines, but we made it, so that was good. Moving on to the editing. I've had previous experience in constructing media products in Windows software, but it's a whole other thing when it comes to Mac software. That was the main bit where I've learned in this whilst I'm sort of basically constructing our thriller media product. At first we had to basically get the footage and put it onto a program called Final Cut Pro, which is the main program we used on the Macs. And then we basically had to amalgamate all the film clips to put them all together, and then after we had to organise it from then I started learning the basic steps of organisational skills. Well, I'm already organised, but basically organising on the Final Cut Pro program whilst learning how to use a Mac in general, from simple things to moving folders, things like that, let alone using Final Cut. That was a whole nother level. Down here, it was up here. I did have a few problems using Final Cut, but as we obviously as a group, it was a team effort. We all helped each other out, and that definitely helped in the learning process. Another program we used was GarageBand. GarageBand we used for the sound. I've used GarageBand once or twice before. It is pretty easy, to be honest. I learned how to create a soundtrack for the film as well as a backing track. Basically, it's very similar to Final Cut. There's basically different layers. Say you've got piano, drums, vocal, percussion, things like that. So you basically, there's a box over here. You search for the one you want. You click, drag, put it on there. Ta-da! Done like that. And we've basically got to sort out the timings, which I learned that very easily. As I said, it was all group work. Then it was a titling. So from the titling of the film, we learned basically what kind of titling we needed for the type of film. As obviously it's a thriller, we wanted to sort of add to the suspense and the kind of thrillerish theme, as it were. And we actually used the titles to separate the scenes from scene 1 and scene 2. So that basically completely separated the protagonist and the antagonist, which was really, really good. Right, overall, camera, I didn't learn a lot on the camera, but that was just purely from previous experience. Obviously you pick up new things along the way with everything though, that's life. The setup of the lighting equipment, it is basically plug in and play, but it was very easy to do. The editing software would definitely be my major learning point whilst in the process of constructing the media product. I'm definitely pleased with my advancements on, or sort of my education on the editing software. And I would say I learned a lot on it. Definitely on the Macs, yeah. So that's about it. End of question 6. See you later.